Oh, removing entities. How long do you want to film? um, I was trained how to do that originally during the lucid dreaming period of my life. I didn't know that that's exactly what it was because I was healing people and everything on the astral plane. And when I actually started doing it, it was not what I thought it would be. It's not like the movies. Nobody throws up pea soup, though you do get the occasional puker. Um, but it's very, very different. And sometimes spirit will knock a person out so that the entity can be removed quietly, especially if it's a very old person or a child. But with everybody else, it varies depending on how many entities, how strong the entity is, and whether or not they are willing to let go of it. And the very first one I had was a major one, and it was a test from spirit as to whether or not I could actually do it and be strong in my faith to do it. Usually, the person will tell you. In one way or another, they'll tell you. They'll tell you about nightmares, about being touched, about entities following them around, their thoughts, what's going on, that there's other voices, manifestations of all sorts, things coming off the wall, unusual occurrences going on. Sometimes it's not the person itself, sometimes it's the house or the resident or the office. And I've even had offices where I've had to go in and take care of things like that. When I teach a class, I take a whole crew of students in, and they learn a lot in some of these houses or businesses. We've done restaurants that have had a lot of decoration, and actually a lot of the building materials come from other countries of various types, and the spirits and entities have come with them. And they can be anything from people who have passed on, that have attachments here, or were just foul in their lifetime and continue on here in their spirit world. And it could be an entity. It just depends on what it is, and I teach people exactly the difference between those and how to handle the situation. Dealing with non-human entities, you have to have a lot of respect for that. You have to have no fear, no judgment, and no anger, because they will take advantage of that and use it against you. They know your past. They know who you are, and who they are dealing with. And I've never had one get violent with me because I have no fear, no judgment, no anger. And I make sure that I don't go in alone. I have a lot of angels and backup with me. So I've never been harmed with one, and I do show respect. And sometimes you'll find that a lot of the entities just want to go home to source, which people call God, and they're tired of being what they are and doing what they do. And so they do what they do to have a place in a person's body or in a house or wherever it is that they are occupying, so they don't have to be enslaved or used by larger entities, and they just want to go home. So that's what I do. If that's the communication, the angels come in, the archangels come in, source. Sometimes if it's a big entity, we'll take them directly, and you can feel the energy as the energy just suddenly comes down, takes them, and they're gone. Okay, you don't actually have to have a reason or something that's going on with you, but usually they come in, they challenge your faith, they use you as someone to become their house. And if you are ill or weak or addicted, if you are suicidal, you're prime property right there. That's a prime rental property, prime real estate. It's like I was with a student in Tempe, and I pointed out, we were sitting in a Starbucks, and I pointed out the bar across the street because she could see entities and she could see, spirits of all kinds. And she said, "Oh my God, look what you just told me. It's happening over there." Well, what I had told her is that people will pass by bars and stuff, and a spirit or an entity will just reach out and pull them in, and they don't have any intention of going in there in the first place, especially if it's someone who passes on who wants that high again. What they do is they pull somebody in, and when you drink, they get the high off of you. Or you can go in and just have a soda and still feel like you got drunk. And it's because the entity has just attached itself to you. And she said, look at that over there. There's this dark shadow that just reached out, grabbed this couple, and now they're turning into the bar. And I said, yes, that is exactly what happens.
Thank
So
you.
you show your weakness, and they take advantage of it.